Hi good people, Barbara K here. Welcome to my channel. Have you ever tracked your expenses and wondered what to do with the information on your expense tracking sheet? Or have you ever asked yourself questions like, what do I do next after I have tracked my expenses? The first time I started tracking my expenses, I used to have the same questions. As a matter of fact, I tracked my expenses for a couple of months and basically did the same routine. Tracked what was coming in, tracked what was coming out, day in, day out, month in, month out, and I didn't know what to do with the information I had on my expense tracking sheet. So in today's video, I would like to take you through on what to do next after you've tracked your expenses, or how do you use the information from your expense tracking sheet. So let's get started. So I have talked about tracking your expenses in videos before, actually in one video before, and if you haven't watched it yet, please do look out for it. I'll leave a link to that video in the description box. So anyways, tracking your expenses is basically trying to have a cash flow statement for yourself, the same cash flow that companies, institutions, organizations use. The only difference is that this is tailored to you. It's tailored to your personal money, to your personal finances. So here's the thing. With a cash flow statement, what it's trying to give you is you're trying to see how much money comes to your pocket, how much money goes out of your pocket, and how much money remains. So after you've had your cash flow statement, or after you've tracked your expenses, what you need to do is this: have a genuine meeting with yourself. Because you're the CEO of your company and your company is yourself, your money. Have a genuine meeting with yourself, with your cash flow statement in front of you. Have a look at where you spent your money and determine if you actually spent money on necessary things or on your needs, necessary needs. And please don't confuse needs with your own desires. The same cash flow statement should help you find out if you, wherever you spent your money, if you achieved value for your money. Now I'm going to give you examples. If, for example, on your cash flow statement, you find that you wrote subscription fee, if you paid DSTV, for example, or whatever cable fees or whatever it is, or if you paid from membership to the gym, did you actually go to the gym? Did you utilize your DSTV fee? Did you actually use the DSTV? If it was swimming classes, if it was membership to any club, did you actually utilize that? Or it's money you spent and you never got value for your money? So that is really how, or the kind of meeting you can have with yourself and your cash flow statement. So anyway, let's look at this example that I came up with for us to be practical about how our expense tracking sheet would look like, or how you would read it, or what information would you pick out. What is it trying to tell you? So now this is a reflection. This is not a reflection of anyone's spending or income. It's just an example I picked from my head. This person earns 2 million Ugandan shillings per month. It's just an assumption. And at the end of the month, after you have tracked every expense, at the end of the month, you realize that he has spent 2.4 million Ugandan shillings. Now, what does this statement tell you, or this cash flow statement, or this tracking expense sheet? What does it tell you? It shows that this person actually has a negative cash flow statement. And what that means is that it's a red flag. It's a red flag to his finances. It means that there is financial trouble coming his way or her way, and it needs him to act accordingly. And once you realize that this is how your cash flow statement looks like, then you might want to revise or change your behavior when it comes to finances. For example, this person I don't think needs 600,000 shillings on entertainment. This is when you begin to talk to yourself, have a meeting, an honest conversation with yourself on where can you cut back on your spending? What can you do? What do you need to maybe get another side hustle to get more income coming in? With this statement, I have not even included in expenses like salon, expenses like sending money to your parents, expenses like school fees. So there is a lot more that can be added here. And what that means is that you will find that the negative, the more you add in expenses, the negative will even increase. Instead of 2.4, you might end up to 2.5, and of course that will be negative 500,000 shillings, Ugandan shillings, sorry. So anyway, let's not think bad. Let's assume that you track your expenses and actually your expenditure or your income going out is less than your income coming in. Yeah, that's it. Your income coming in is more than your income going out. So what do you do? Because at that point, I'm sure that someone who doesn't know what to do. If you realize that you have money, surplus money, then you should start to plan for it. And maybe say, I can use it to invest, or I can start a course if you've always wanted to do further studies, or I can even take a trip. It's okay. It's okay to treat yourself. Or I can take a trip, or I can, whatever it is that you like. I know what I like. I know I like to travel, so I think I would, part of that money, I would use it for traveling. But remember, guys, never, ever, ever spend everything you earn and not save. And you can, even if someone earns 20,000 Ugandan shillings, it's okay to save 50 shillings. It's better than saving nothing. So anyways, let's go straight to the tips on how you can minimize your expenses, or how can you cut down on your expenses. Now, with this expense tracking sheet, an example of the expense tracking sheet I gave you, you can, for example, instead of doing takeouts, because there's just a lot of money going in the takeout, you can decide to do a home cooked meal if it's Sundays, or if you're going out to have a meal with your friends, and that's why your takeout money is a lot. Begin to invite them at home, do a home cooked meal, or begin to have drinks at home. Instead of going to bars, you can have your drinks at home. You can, maybe if it's transport and you're spending a lot on fuel, you can select that maybe out of the 7 days in a week, I will drive my car for 2 days, and the other 5 days I use public transport, because public transport is cheaper. Also, you can set financial objectives or financial goals for yourself that can help you keep in line. For example, if you have a loan payment plan, or if you have a loan on your cash flow statement, then you can make a payment plan to try and pay it faster. You get it? Try and pay it faster, because when you delay the payment, then also the interest rate keeps accumulating. Also, you can buy in bulk. If you're shopping for your home, buy in bulk instead of in bits and pieces. And be aware of sales, guys. Only buy something on sale if you had it in plan, or if it's actually a need to you. Don't buy it because it was on promotion or on sale and you think you're saving money, and you think you're taking home a good deal. No. Also, the other tip is, make sure to not go to buy groceries when you're hungry. And I used to be a culprit to that. Whenever I went shopping, especially for foodstuffs in a supermarket, and I was so hungry, trust me, I would buy things that I didn't even have on my list. I would even buy things that I don't eat, but because I'm hungry, it looks like my taste buds want to have everything that is edible in the supermarket. So avoid that. Remember that tracking your expenses is not a means to an end when it comes to financial management, but rather what you do with the information you get from tracking your expenses. So from the previous video, some of you asked me, what apps can I use to track my expenses? Now, I'm going to give you some recommendations. These are just recommendations. I don't want to bias you. As a matter of fact, some of the apps I've never used, but I will tell you maybe what I've researched, or I will also tell you what I use. So I'm just going to give you recommendations. They're not even my apps. I don't know who developed them. So that's a disclaimer. Please go research. I'm just going to give you about 4. There is Expense Tracker. There's an app called Expense Tracker, there is an app called Money Manager, there is an app called Mint, and there is another one called, I think I've forgotten, but what I use on my phone is Money Manager. And I'm not saying that it's the best or it's perfect or that it's bad, it's just that what I found out to be friendly to me, to be user friendly to me. So that's what I use. So track your expenses, and after tracking your expenses, don't stop there. Have a meeting with yourself, see what you've tracked and see what your cash flow statement is trying to tell you, and act accordingly. So guys, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe, please. I'm going to leave the link of the previous video about tracking my expenses. Please look out for it. It will give you deeper meaning or detail in what I was trying to talk about in this video. Thank you. Shalom.